particularly what is taking place in Russia. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar is obviously in Russia at the moment. You can see visuals of meetings he has held with Russian officials. A number of key issues are being addressed by both Indian as well as Russian officials at this point. On the anvil are discussions about trade in rupee and ruble, as well as developing the Chennai-Vladivostok corridor. Remember, viewers, Russia is of course looking at developing its Far East. Meanwhile, External Affairs Minister has also met his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov, and he's also addressed the Indian diaspora in Russia and has stated that ties between Russia and India are, of course, they've seen their ups and downs, and relationships between all such countries are this way. But the only constant in global politics has been the ties between India and Russia. This is what he stated, and I've quoted. He's also emphasized that in the fields of defense, space and nuclear energy, countries only cooperate with those with whom they have a high degree of trust. He's also confirmed that he will be holding a meeting with his Russian counterpart. Of course, it's a 5-day visit, and let's in fact listen in to what Dr. Jaishankar had to say.
As well, Russia is also, of course, a very special partner in a few areas. I think defense is particularly notable. I think all of you know that. Nuclear is another. Today, in the presence, in my presence and that of Deputy Prime Minister Manturo, we signed some very important agreements pertaining to the future units of the Kudankulam project, nuclear project. Tomorrow.
All right, joining us on the broadcast this morning is Mr. Sanjeev Srivastav, who is an international affairs expert. Good morning, sir, and thank you for joining us on NewsX. We've, of course, earlier also discussed this very crucial, visit as far as India-Russia bilateral ties are concerned. But one thing that I perhaps did not ask you the last time around was, in fact, discussions that are focusing on rupee-ruble trade. Is this indicative of India's strengthening, stance as far as the economic sphere is concerned?
Well, first of all, a very good morning to you. Good morning to all the viewers. This India-Russia special and privileged strategic partnership is further deepening. And this visit of our External Affairs Minister, Sri S. Jaishankar, to Russia is highly significant. And during this interaction, as you just mentioned in the report, also you have shown that several key sectors where the discussions are going on, whether it is related to energy imports or the space and certainly the nuclear issues. And further collaboration on nuclear issue is under discussion. With regard to economic cooperation, as you have asked, the rupee-ruble trade mechanism is being further, developed, and I'm sure that a lot of progress will be made on that front too. And on that regard, our External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has interacted, and he has stated in the statement that there is a need for the two sides, India and Russia, economic community, to learn each other more about the various banking mechanism and the kind of systems which are available in both the countries. And there is a need to have a greater interaction to explore the possibilities of such collaboration between the banks of the two nations. And for that, I think further exploration and further understanding is required, and that's where the dialogue will be essential. So I think a lot of mechanism, rupee-ruble trade mechanism, will be further strengthened. I'm very sure about it. Because the kind of a difficulty Russian economy is facing because of the sanctions after the Russia-Ukraine war and many other such tense situation which Russia is having with the Western countries, the dollar-led economies. So I think for that to ensure that our bilateral trade and investment goes ahead smoothly, I think the rupee-ruble trade and these mechanisms are going to be further strengthened. And you know that Russia has a lot of money parked here in India, and that money is going to be invested in several key sectors. And for that to do, discussions are going on between India and Russia. That has also come under discussion between Prime Minister Montero and our External Affairs Minister C.S. Jaishankar. So I think this is another, it's a very significant visit. It's a long 5-day visit, and I'm sure that economic and trade relationship is one of the key highlights of the visit. And you have seen already that how India and Russia, they have, upgraded their economic and trade relationship in a multifold ways after the Russia-Ukraine war. And that also shows that when there is a need, India is standing by Russia as a friend. And that's what exactly yesterday External Affairs Minister C.S. Jaishankar said, that no matter whatever the changes are happening in the geopolitics, India-Russia relationship remains intact. And this is exceptional relationship, in fact. And this relationship has seen many phases, and in all those phases of the world politics, this relationship never had any serious or tense moments, and this relationship withstood the test of the time, and that's why it is called a time-tested relationship. And I am very sure that the future of this special and privileged strategic partnership is very bright.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.